final part here then that you're asked is to draw a clear labelled diagram. So again, you need to use graph paper here. So what I am going to do is I am going to draw my graph, and I'm told that I am adding sodium hydroxide, NaOH, on my x-axis. So if I'm told that I'm adding 50 centimeters cubed of a 0.10 molar of NaOH. So on my x-axis, I'm adding my volume of NaOH, and I'm adding 50 centimeters cubed in total. So I'm going to go 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Okay? And on my y-axis, I'm going to draw my pH, because as I add in my NaOH, my pH is going to increase. Okay, so I'm going to go up in 2s, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And that is my pH here. Okay, so the first thing that you have to do is you have to label your axes. The next thing then that you're going to look at is we're going to draw the curve that I would expect. So just here you're told for 0.1 molar of methanoic acid, and we've worked out that my pH, we know from the question, is 2.37. So I'm going to start my curve here at 2.37. Okay? The next thing then that you need to be aware of is that I am going to have my pH range here. Because I'm titrating a weak acid against a strong base, my vertical region is going to be above 7, okay? And if you just look, I have 25 centimeters cubed of my methanoic acid. So that means at 25 centimeters cubed of my base, I must have the vertical part of my region, and that must be above 7. Okay, so that's the next thing I'm going to draw. And then after that, we're just going to draw the curve up to it. And again, you don't really need to be very exact on that. And finally then, we're just going to draw a curve off of it. Okay, so that is what you're drawing. So you have to label your axes. Okay, you have to have a steep rise here. Okay, and mostly above 7, between 7 and kind of 11 really. And that steep rise coincides with 25 centimeters cubed of the NaOH. How do I know it's 25 centimeters cubed? Because it's 25 centimeters cubed of my methanoic acid. The next thing then you're asked is name a suitable indicator. So here I'm titrating a weak acid versus a strong base. So it is phenolphthalein. Okay, and remember for phenolphthalein, my pH range is from about, well, 8 to 10. So my rise, my vertical part has to be between 7, just above 7 and 11, okay? And then you're asked, explain your selection with reference to your pH curve, and always it is because the colour change coincides with the vertical region of the graph. Okay, and that is the answer to that part.